Rocky, Zang, and the Amazing Mr.Magic. Constant test. Chapter 1, The Amazing Mind Reader. Chapter 2, The Best Backyard Magic Show Ever. Chapter 3, Disappearing Dollar.
到了什么43 14:3
The Amazing Mind Reader. Abracadabra! Rocky had a magic wand. Rocky had a black top hat. Rocky had a long, dark tape. Meet the Amazing Mr.Magic. Rocky can make him go change colors. Rocky can make a flower disappear out of the thin air. Rocky could make his very own dumb fly across the room. The Amazing Magic was almost ready for the best backyard magic show ever. The last thing he needed was one really good card trick. The Spanish ice floating joker. Just then, his three best friend Julie Moody rode her bike on the sidewalk. Salam! He could practice the trick on her. Hey, Julie, pick a card, said Rocky. Any card, but don't tell me what it is. Okay, said Julie. Now what? Now put the card back. Julie puts the card back. Now I'm going to mix the cards up. Then I'll read your mind and pull the card out from the desk. Prepare to be amazing. Rocky shoved the card. Rocky closed his eye. Rocky said, "Hello, President Jimmy B. Blob. Are these real magic words?" Julie asked. "Shh. The Amazing Magic needs quiet to read your mind." Rocky pulled out the card from the middle disc. Was it the Ace of Spades? Nope. The Queen of Hearts, said Julie. Rat, said Rocky. Try again. Okay, Julie picked another card and put it back. Rocky shifted the desk. Rocky closed his eye. He said the magic word. 可像了，像阿秋一模一样吗？Rocky pulled out a card. The Jack of Diamonds, asked Rocky. Nope, the Two of Clubs. Double rats, said Rocky. He tried one more time. The Nine of Hearts, asked Rocky. Close the Six of Spades, said Julie. Guess I think at the card tricks. I know card tricks that works every time. And Julie, does it have magic words? Sure, and you'll amaze me. Double sure, then you'll read my mind. Chuck has it all, said Julie. This card, it's the Riding Hood and the wolf. You be the Riding Hood and I'll be the wolf. Why can't I be the wolf? Asked Rocky. Why you be the wolf? Said Julie. I'll be the little Riding Hood. The first Red Riding Hood goes like this. Julie tossed all 52 cards up into the air. 52 cards came running down the heather-skelter. Next, the wolf picks them up, said Julie. Are you Katu? I'm not picking up all those cards. Please, Julie asked. No way. Okay, but if you don't pick them up, how will you do more card tricks? One by one, Rocky picks up on 52 cards. Julie cracked up. That's not a card trick, said Rocky. That's a card trick. A real card trick has magic words. I said, please, said Julie. Please is the magic words. A real card trick should can amaze you. So Rocky amazed me that you picked them up of 52 cards that you didn't even read my mind. Rocky, your mind was saying that you do not want to pick up all those cards. I am right. Rocky stared at Julie. 你笑了吗？
笑了。
See, it works. I got you to pick up all 52 cards. That's the trick. You know, every good magical needed an assistant. Rocky said, smiling. Julie grinned. Rocky could not wait to play the new card trick on anybody. Julie's little brother Stink was great, kicking and moving in the front yard. Hey, Stink, Julie said, want Rocky to show you a card trick? Sure, said Stink. It's called the Billy Goat, Gruff, and the Troll. Rocky, I'll be the Billy Goat, Gruff. You'll be the Troll. The best backyard magic show ever. Rocky has a black hat. Rocky had on his long dark cape. Rocky got out his magic wand. Magic show time. Rocky looked around the magic backyard. It was empty except for Julie Moody. Where's everybody? Rocky asked Julie. Pink had swim plastic, said Julie, and Emily and Jesse fish are washing pets at the Hammond saucily. Will ever hear a magic show without people to watch it? Rocky asked. Run and get Sting. Julie ran across the street. Rocky waited. In no time, Julie popped Sting into the picnic bench in Rocky's backyard. I'm the only one here, Stink asked. Weird. The best magic show, the best backyard magic show ever. Now begin, Rocky said in a loud voice. I'm not picking up cards again, Stink. Just no card trick, I promise, and said Rocky. The Amazing Magic. And I'm the Amazing Magic, and this is my friend, Stella the Spectacular, said Julie. My first trick is called the drill of flying top hat. Rocky pointed to the empty table covered with an old sheet. Rocky took out of his hat. Rocky set his hat on the table. He waved his magic wand over the hat. I will close my eyes, said Julie. Stella the Spectacular will pour water in my hat. Then when she put the hat back on me, ta-da, I will not get wet. Ta-da, I will not
念到哪里了？用手挤着。
I will not get wet. Rocky closed his eyes. He waited for Stella the Spectacular to pour a glass of water, not in his hat, but behind his hat, way super tricky. He heard Stella the Spectacular begin to pour water. Hey, yelled Stink. She's not pouring water in the hat.
放到那帽子了，是不是水？
I'm so, said Julie. Are not, said Stink. I'm too, said Julie. Rocky did not hear the water being poured. He opened his eyes. He stared straight ahead at Stink. And now, if I'll feather a dove, he said, so the Spectacular will place the hat on my head. And the Amazing Mr.Magic, will not get wet, not one single drop of water. He cracked up 2 strings in one shoe. He put the hat on Rocky's head. Crash! Water rushed and gushed out of the hat. Water drenched Rocky's hair. Water dripped down Rocky's face, then fell on the ground laughing.
还在笑呢。
这里面有 ketchup. Rocky glared at his assistant. Why don't you pour the water where I told you to pour the water? Rocky asked between clenched teeth. I don't think was watching me like a hawk. I had to pour it into the hat. Rocky wiped his face on his cape. The show must go on, said Rocky. For my next trick, the Amazing Magic will change a jar of peanut butter into a jar of jelly. I called of the supersonic picture hero. Rocky put the peanut butter jar on the table. He placed a shoebox over the jar. He placed red silk cloth over the shoebox. Julie lifted the old seat and hid under the table. Abracadabra! Rocky tapped the red silk cloth with his magic wand. Kalaka, peanut butter, jelly, kalam. Rocky heard a restless noise under the table. Jelly under the table, yelled Skink. Rocky heard crumble, crinkle noise. He smelled Ricky as Stink. Julie gave him the secret. Signal 3 knocks from under the table. Mr. Magic yanked off the clothes and lifted up the shoebox. 像是不是 ketchup？
变了出来的是吧
？Rocky gazed out at the not jelly jar. Stink laughed and pointed. That's not jelly, it's ketchup. Rocky poked his head under the table. You were supposed to swap the jar of peanut butter in with the jar of jelly. I know, said Julie. And you were supposed to bring jar of jelly, not a bottle of ketchup. Mr. Magic. Rocky smacked his hand to his forehead and groaned. Oh man! 他的这样子。Oh man! 打他脸了。This is the worst magic show ever, said Stink. The super fun club of rules, quiet in the peanut journey, said Julie. I'm going home, said Stink.
用手挤着。
Unless you could pull a rabbit out of that hat or something, said Julie. You can't leave yet, said Rocky. Those were just practical tricks. I will now perform the harmlessest of the all magic. tricks Mr. Magic will before you really pull a rabbit out of this empty hat. Then sat back down. For real, said Rocky. See, the hat is empty. Rocky held the hat out in front of him.
用手挤着念。
Jelly ducked back under the table. Rocky heard something go switch. Mr. Magic said the magic words. Lizzy, wizzy, fuffly, wizzy. Bayo! Kadam, kadam, kazoo. Kazoo was the secret word. Kazoo was the clue for Julie to push the rabbit through the trick bottom of the hat. Rocky peered into the cat. No rabbit. Kazoo, he said louder this time. Bless you, said Zang. Kazoo, not Kachoo, said Rocky. At last, pop, Rocky saw Bunny ear poke through the bottom of the hat, and zing zong zoo a roo. He screeched into the hat and pulled out a stuffed rabbit covered in ketchup. Vampire rabbit.
怎么这个小兔子全部都是番茄酱？
他以为是个 vampire rabbit. Screaming stink leaped up and ran out of the yard. He screamed as he ran across the street. He screamed all the way inside Molly's house. Julie came out from under the table. Rocky's ear turned red. Rocky's face turned red. Sorry, I guess I sat on the ketchup, said Julie. Stella, said Rocky, you are the most unspectacular thing ever. You messed up all my magic tricks. No, all of your tricks, said Julie. One of your tricks was super spectacular. It was? Rocky asked. The disappearing pest trick, said Julie. You made things disappeared. Slam. Rocky had a new magic trick. He called Julie Molly. Meet me at Mission Patrol. Rocky ran out of his house. Julie ran out of her house. They met in the middle. Guess what? Rocky told Julie. I have a new magic trick. The best magic trick ever. Better than the disappearing stink trick. Julie asked. Way better, said Rocky. He stared at Julie. Why don't you have leaves in your hair? He asked. I was raking leaves, said Julie. Just made one whole dollar. Julie waved Rocky a brand sprinkling new dollar bill in Rocky's face. Want to go to the candy store? Just going to ask you if you have a dollar. The Rocky, my new trick called the disappearing dollar, but I get my dollar back, right? Asked Julie. Right, said Rocky. Julie held out her dollar, one whole dollar bill. Rocky tried to take the dollar, but Julie did not let it go. You get it back, said Rocky. Cross my heart. Magic cones Homer.
他要叫的呢。
哈？啊，你说什么？
我说他是不是要叫？这个是不是叫的意思？这个桃。
什么叫？
那桃上是什么来的？
树叶呀。
树叶呀，哦。
At that, Julie handed over her dollar. Behold, said Rocky. The George Washington disappeared poof in thin air. I can't stand to watch, said Julie. She covered her eyes with her hand. You have to watch, said Rocky. He uncovered his eyes. Rocky held up the dollar bill, snapping it nice and tight. Ready? Now you see. Rocky crunched the dollar bill up in his hand like a gum wrapper. Julie winked. Now you don't. Rocky opened his hand. His hands were empty. The dollar bill was gone. Gone. Venus vision into the ear. 你看，这没了。他跑了吗？对吗？
他变魔术变走了。
对，到他的手里了，在他手。
是吗
Still no, said Rocky. I didn't work your magic trick on person, said Julie. Still no, said Rocky. I'm leaving, said Julie. Rocky cracked an arm. So leave. Not without my dollar. I already gave it back, said Rocky. Did not, said Julie. Did too, said Rocky maxedly. You know that, Rock? Take it back. You're like the worst magic
他手点着。
ever and the worst friend ever. You're amazing Mr.Magic and the big fat dollar stealer. 他这样，你看都在他手，看到了吗？Rocky watched as Julie stormed off down the sidewalk. Boy, was she in a mud. She jammed her hand into her pocket. Then Julie stopped dead in her tracks. Rocky waited. At last, he saw her pull something from her pocket. Something crinkly, something crumbly. Finally, Julie spun round and ran back toward Rocky, waving her dollar bill in the air. You're the best magical ever, said Rock. She said, you made my dollar disappear, and you made it repair in my pocket, but I didn't even know. Why did you just tell me? She asked. I don't want to spoil the magic, said Rocky. Mentioned, oh, Rocky and Julie were friends again. Best friend magic. Thanks for watching. Bye.